Coming through with the strength in you. Dun 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Yeah, you. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, boo? Coming through with the strength in you. You made it. Good job. Strength in you. Coming through. Strength in you. Coming through. Hey, boo. Welcome to Strengthen You Presents Straight Talk, where there's no diss, there's no nothing. It's just stability. No diss, just stability. No fluff, but truth and real life things that we're going to talk about. So today we're going to talk about what life took, because that's what we always focus on. And we're going to focus on what life took, but actually not what it took, but what it rebuilt, what it built in us. But before we get into all those beautiful, wonderful things, you know, it is so important that we really start to raise awareness, because when you know better, you do better. And it's things that's going on, and we're getting younger and younger. And when you don't know better, you can't do better. And each one's supposed to reach one and then teach one. This is how information is transferred, and we're able to break the cycle of the things that's been going on in our communities. So we've been dealing with a lot of unalive suicide, things of that nature. There is a hotline, guys, for anybody who is just needing somebody to talk to, and know that mental health is real. Nothing is wrong with counseling. It actually shows strength to know that you are in need of help, because we all need help. All of us need somebody. So it takes that strength in you to find the courage to say, yes, I need help. And then you go and talk to your PCP. That's your primary care provider. It's just so important. We're not getting younger, we're getting older, and our food is changing, our water is changing, our air is changing, everything is changing. So that means we have to adapt and be ready for the change. But let's talk about these things really quick. 988. You can text that number, or you can get online if you just want to do that. 988lifeline.org, and reach out to the professionals. This is what they do, guys. They are there for you, for your assistance, whatever it is that you need. Now, of course, as a stroke survivor, it is so important that I raise awareness about strokes, because I was 31 when I had my stroke. So stroke does not discriminate. It don't care about your race. It don't care about your age. It don't care about your color, your creed, your sex, your origin. It literally zero. It cares none about none of that. So know that ain't none of us really safe, to be honest. None of us are safe from stroke. So this is why it's so important for me to raise this awareness, because again, when we know better, we do better. And then each one reach one, and hopefully you teach one. That's what it's all about. So what am I talking about right now? The acronym Be Faster: balance, eyes, face, arms, speech. It's time for the emergency room, because something's going on. So I said all those things kind of fast, but let me break it down just a little bit. I'm not going to go too far in depth. But balance. You'll notice somebody just lost their balance. They haven't done anything for their balance to go out of whack, but they can't get their balance. The eyes shift, sometimes that's the E, or they just stare off in space because they can't focus. The F is face. You'll notice not droopage. Yeah, droopage on the face. Either side is no, again, there's no discrimination. So either side can be affected. Then the A is arm. You ask them to lift their arm, they can't. Is no control over the arm. The S is speech. It's slurred speech. You ask them their name and they can't get it out. Something's probably going on in the brain that they can't comprehend, or not comprehend. They can't articulate. They can't articulate the words it is that they want to say. And then the T is time. It's time for what? The ER, the emergency room. So that's what those things are about. Now, last but not least, okay, again, diabetes, it has no discrimination. Children are being affected by it because we have stopped doing our physical activities, and the game has taken over, and we eat a lot of processed foods and a lot of fried foods, and just all the things. So, track. What is track? Track is taking your meds regularly, okay? Regular exercise, 20 minutes a day, will keep a heart attack away. Then add more healthy foods to your diet. That's important. You need all the colors, all the food groups. They give you something. So understand that there is a purpose for everything that Earth created for us. We may not like it, but the older you get, you need to eat for the nutrients and what it has for you, not necessarily the taste. C, check your ABCs. What is your ABCs? Well, it is your A1C, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol. Those are the three things that can save you not only with diabetes, but also with stroke. So please keep an eye on your ABCs. Again, that is your A1C, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol. And then the K, kick the smoking habit. It is not easy, especially if you've been smoking for 20 plus years. I'm an example. I understand it is not easy. But again, when we want better, when you want to do something, you'll find a way. And when you don't, you'll find an excuse. So we're not going to find an excuse. We're going to accept what is and understand that's what needs to be done immediately. Okay? Now, okay, oh wait, no, let me not forget to tell my other friends, okay, we're all dealing with something. None of us are obsolete from a story, from a journey, from a walk. So it's important that you learn to embrace yours, whatever that looks like. So if you deal with drug and alcohol abuse and you really want to quit, here's the number: 1 800 662 4357 is there just for you guys. Don't miss out on the opportunity to save your life. It's you versus you. So don't let you take control of you, if that makes sense. No, but seriously, it's you versus you. So make sure you do the things that's necessary so you can live a little bit longer because we really do want you here. And the only way for you to be here is to do what's necessary for your body and your heart and your mind, because again, mental health is everything starts in the mind. That is a fact on fact on fact. I don't care who you are, where you from, what the thing is, what the problem is, what the solution is. None of that matters if you don't start in the mind. Okay, that's what it's all about. But again, here we are, and we're talking about one special thing today. We live in a world where everybody focuses, especially when you've experienced trauma, right? We're all focused on what life took from us. But what about what life built in you? Did you ever think about that? The stuff that you've gone through, going through, and will go through more is building something in you, whether it's character, whether it's integrity, whether it's strength, whether it's a betterment of relationships, or even the knowledge of who you thought you were, but you really found out that's not who you are through experience and through being able to take constructive criticism and feedback and all the things. Life give us a lot. It takes a lot. Don't get me wrong. You have to deal with deaths. You have to deal with stroke. You have to deal with arthritis. You have to deal with uh, dependence. Because at one point maybe you was independent like I was. I was super. I mean, I am now too. But um, sometimes, especially like in the beginning of my stroke, I wasn't independent. I was dependent upon not only my doctors, but my therapist, my husband, my kids, my friends. I was dependent upon everybody because when you have a stroke, it's unexplainable. You don't have an idea of the things that you took for granted until you truly don't have them no more. When you lose the control to hold your urine, when you lose the control to know the words that's coming out of your mouth before they actually come out of your mouth, when you lose the control to walk on your own, to crawl on your knees, to take a shower, to take a bath, the things that we've done since we were two, three, four, We were toddlers and we were taught these things. And so it was second nature. We didn't think anything of it. But when it's taken away in a blink of an eye, what do you do with that? Well, first and foremost, what you do is you accept what's going on at the very moment. You can't do nothing but that. But then you got to search for the things that's a light to what seems like a dark space right now. Because that's truly what it was. Or even not even speaking on stroke, because everybody haven't had a stroke. But everybody has experienced loss. And when I lost my mother at 10 years old, life took her from me. So when all my other friends was talking about what mama's gonna do, or how mama did your hair, or mama cooked dinner, what you think that did to my insides? I'm 10 years old and I don't have a mother. That was my logic at first. But now that I've grown and I'm growing into the woman that God wants me to be, I understand that He didn't take, or that life didn't take my mother away. My mother choices took my mother away. And that's because mentally she was broken. But she come from a time where she couldn't talk about that, like most of our parents. So things get swept and they deal in different ways. And for my mother, she dealt with drugs and alcohol and cigarettes and sex, all the things. And at first I was angry. You talking about somebody angry? I was livid on a whole different level. Like the next day I had to go to school after my mother died, and a boy must have called my mother a B, and I lost my mind. And I just remember doing some violent things. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm saying that to say I lost my mother, but I gained so much more. Because I lost my mother, I didn't adapt or adopt her ways. Not fully. I knew what she did and I knew what I didn't like. So of course I was upset about the loss. But number one, I gained knowledge. I gained clarity of what her battles were. I gained the beginning of my strength. The first detrimental loss I had ever faced in my life. But I gained my sisters, our sisterhood grew on a level that even to this day, people are trying to figure out how y'all so close? How y'all love the way y'all do? That's something that we gained. And we gained the heart for people. I gained the love for people because I lost so many people so early in life. But that hitter, that main hitter to my soul was my mother. And I didn't know what to do with that for a long time. Just like most of us don't, who go through transitions and life situations. Because that's what life is. You're going to experience loss. But in the midst of that loss, you got to search out because that gain is always there. I gained connections with my cousins and my grandparents that I wouldn't have had my mama still been around, because I would have been too busy following up behind her, trying to do the things that she was doing. So in her death, it helped to bring Cynthia Joy to the forefront. And it helped me understand how my strength is built from the very beginning. So when I had my stroke, it couldn't fully take nothing from me because they no loss greater than a mother's loss. So although my left side was paralyzed and I couldn't walk, talk, swallow, and there were things going on, my kids were 25, and they saw all that, and I felt like I stole their childhood. But so much more has come from that. When I tell you, my boys, they're black young men. They are so respectful. They're both excelling in school. They both care about people. They both look at the heart of a person and not their outer appearance. So those may seem small to some people. But for me, and considering where I come from and what's seen with young black men, that's a gain, honey. They love people. They fight like they watch me fight every day. And not in a physical sense. That's the beauty of it. They use their brains. So that's a gain that I got. And if I sat around and only focused on the fact that my fingers don't do what I want them to do, my toes don't do what I want them to do, my whole left side don't do what I want it to do all the time, especially if it's cold. But again, that's not the focus. If people focus on everything they lose or what they lost, you'll stay in a negative or depressing negative state. Because that ain't the facts. Remember, it starts in the mind, how you perceive it. See, when you go through things, you often learn what's for you, who for you, and who not, and what's not. Because life is nothing but a series of lessons. And if you don't learn the lesson the first time, you're going to learn it a different way no matter what you think, how you want it to be. It is what it is. Life going to give you lessons because you got to gain experience. So don't focus on your losses. You didn't lose anything. The things you thought you lost was probably the things that you took for granted anyway. Just like the things that I did with this left side of my body, or my bladder, or the ability to hold my slob in my mouth. I took it for granted, not on purpose. I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know how valuable it was just to be happy and content with the things that I'm able to do. So now I look forward to cooking me a meal because I can do it. I didn't lose the ability to use my hands. One of them don't do what I wanted to do, and I make it do what it do with the other one and utilize this one in the way that it can. So what did I gain there? Adaptation at its finest. Proactive problem solving at its finest. I live it. I wake up as a top performer every day, and had I not experienced the stroke or the loss of my left side, I wouldn't have found a way for what I wanted. So those are the important things that you should focus on. We talk about the loss of friendships, the loss of relationships, the loss of activities, the loss of connections. But what did you gain? Put that in the comments. Talk about some things you gained. Think about it. Have you focused on that all day? Or have you focused on the things that you're lacking? You have to understand we're all lacking something. And it's meant to build you into the person you're meant to be. But staying in that comfortable zone of everything that just is, you won't go nowhere. You're going to stay stagnant. You're going to be the same. All because the focus wasn't in the right place. It's easy. It's so easy for us to see the wrong, the negative, the problem. But how often or how easy is it for you to really look back over your life and see the things that you've gained, the things that's good, the things that's positive, the worth it things. It's not hard to do, it's just intentional. And if you're not moving with intent, you're going to keep yourself in this cycle, in a continual circle of this wrong and why me? Because why not you? You didn't lose anything by going through what you're going through. Your strength is being built. Your courage is being built. Your resilience is being built. Your self-love is being built. Those are the things that you gain when you truly focus on the light in your life. The world give you enough darkness, so why would you add darkness to yourself when they already given it to you? Trust anything that you lost wasn't for you. It wasn't meant for you. That's why it's gone. You may have loved it, and that still don't mean it was for you. You loved it because it was familiar. You loved it because it was comfortable. But you can't go nowhere being comfortable. Let's see. Amy said, here. Oh, she lost audio. She trying to figure it out. Okay, boo. Listen, y'all. I know from experience what loss can do to you. You hear that keyword, can do to you. But if your perception is the gain, not the loss, I promise you your days will look different. Your heart will smile different. Your relationships will grow different. It's not about the things that you miss, because that's usually what a loss is, the things you miss. Focus on the gains that's for you. Because when I tell you, my stroke was a blessing. Even the loss of my mother, it didn't feel like it at 10 years old. Just like when you live in this life, it don't feel like it's a blessing. But it truly is. If you call a thing, and you start seeing the thing that you think is comfortable and that you miss, it was unhealthy for you. It felt good in the moment. But that moment ain't gonna last forever. It's all temporary. So since it's temporary, why don't you make it temporarily happy, temporarily exciting, temporarily for you? But the only way you can do that is if you focus on the good that's happening in your life, not the so-called losses. If you can move your body in any kind of way, you didn't lose mobility. Okay? Let me be the first to tell you that. Because oftentimes we hear stroke survivors say things like, oh, I wish I can walk. You walk with a limp, you walk with a cane, you walk with a walker, you walking, period, is walking. It may not look how you want it to look, but life don't look the way we want it to look. So the gain is you lost your normal or your old way of walking. Now you got a new way, which means you gained proactive problem solving. You're an adapter at its finest. Nothing can stop you because you've adapted to whatever it was that came your way. You lost that car that you've been paying $500-$600 car notes on every month, and you've been struggling, and they finally came and got it. And now you ain't got you got to fix your credit. It is what it is. But you didn't lose that car. It was killing you. It was stressing you out. Things that's not conducive to your growth is a stressor to your body. And when it's ridded from you, it's not a loss, it's a gain because now that stress is ridded. Remember, everything you go through in life is temporary. You ain't meant to stay in this life. And I'm not even talking about the afterlife. I'm just talking about the fact that everybody will die, period. So that tells you your life is temporary. So since it's temporary, again, why spend temporary time focused on things out of your control anyway? So if you focus on the things that you've gained, you'll flourish. Your light, your spark, it's going to look a little different. All because you saw the light, the gain, the worth it in what you're going through. Jeff says, learning to turn our weakness into strength sometimes feels insurmountable. However, it is worth the risk for the reward you gain. Absolutely. He teaching me new words too, y'all. But no, no, but for real, it is worth it. It don't feel like it when you're going through it. Like I told you, it didn't feel like the loss of my mother would bless me at 10 years old. That was horrific. But it was my walk. And she was gone. And I learned how to stand strong in a room without my mother. It gave me a strength. That's why my name is what it is. I'm part her, Cynthia, and then I'm a Joy because God was good. But no, the strength that was built from the loss. I gained connections. I gained knowledge for my babies. So I can be a better Cynthia than my Cynthia could be for me. Because again, each one reach one, teach one. And sometimes you teach a lesson through death. I don't want to teach the lesson through death. I want to speak it. God gave me my voice back after stroke. Here we go. She got something to say. And what she's telling you is, it's not a loss. Everything has a gain. But it all starts with your mind, my friend. If you perceive it as bad, that's all it's going to be, ever. Life begins with perception. Kids don't know they feeling hurt themselves and that is wrong to go to the socket and all these different things until we teach them. Because they perception is just fun. They're going to do things. So if you perceive everything, every loss, everything that you've been through or going through as a lesson that's teaching you something or a moment for you to gain something, you'll start to understand what it's all about. So don't see pain, struggle, loss as an issue. See the gain in the struggles because your strength is being built. You're finding your courage to find the strength in you to push through whatever it is that life will throw at you because that's life. It will not stop showing up. Life will always show up. But when life shows up, how will you show up? Woe is me, why me? What makes you so special that you won't go through something? We all got to walk. We all got a journey, so you might as well embrace yours. And all while you embracing it, focus on the light. Focus on the good. Focus on the gains. Change your mind. Change your world. Remember, everything, and I mean when I say everything, everything begins in the mind. And when you're down, always know that there's nowhere else to go but up. Can't go further down when you're down. So rise above. Be that phoenix and emerge from the ashes. And remember, struggle be your strength. Keep continuing to push through with that strength in you, never giving in to giving up on you. Until next week, thank you for joining me. Subscribe, share, all the things. Love you. If ain't nobody told you, you are important, you matter, and we need you. Never give in to giving up. Thank you for joining me. Straight talk.
We hit you with that strength in you. We hit you with that strength in you. You get your motivation, you get your inspiration, you get the fuel to feed, hey, every nation. You came through, we strengthen you. You came through, we strengthen you. You got the fuel to do what you do, hey, do it true. We strengthen you.